Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question. And I do hope everybody's having a great morning. So, one of the things that happened on July 21st, 1989, Milli Vanilli was performing in Bristol, Connecticut, and their sound system messed up, and it started repeating "Girl, You Know It's True" like a skipping record or whatever they were using, or CD player, and they freak out. And oh, I'm doing good. I appreciate that. It's just had to do a couple of things on the computer to get Rumble up and going. Restream does a good job of all the settings for YouTube, but sometimes I have to do a little extra manual. Uh, it just took me a while to get Rumble up and doing what it's supposed to do for the people who are watching over there. If you're talking what happened with that Milli Vanilli, it was a big scandal in right at the end of the '80s. They had a couple of hit songs, and the two guys that were supposedly Milli Vanilli were just dancers. They were not singers, and somebody else was singing, and they were just lip syncing, and it was a big whoop de doo. Uh, People revolted against them. Yeah, I still like the music. I just don't appreciate what they did. Yeah, apparently the people. Yeah, the whatever was playing the music started repeating, and I don't know if it was a record or a CD, but it just repeated the same line over and over, and the big secret was out at that point. What it was the person who was doing the singing did not fit the what the people wanted as far as looks. So these two guys were dancers, and they had all the appearance that these people wanted. So they let the guy sing that could sing, and the two guys that pretended to be Milli Vanilli just moved their lips and danced. They were getting away with it until that mishap took place. who knows how long I mean, nobody knows how long they could have pretended to be the real singers. The same thing happened to it was a singer on Saturday Night Live. They were lip syncing, and I don't remember which. Her sister was a famous singer, and she pretty well just totally wiped her career out. And nowadays, I mean, people are singing and they have auto tune live. So there's people who don't sing that well, and auto tune is making them sound a lot better than they are. And people seem to be fine with that. I mean, at least I realize I can't sing, and there's no way I would use auto tune to try to fix my bad singing. To me, that's, you know, it's false, and I don't do fake. I just can't do that. Uh, Everything fell apart. The two guys that were dancing, they attempted to have a music career singing themselves, but they didn't go anywhere. And you know the stink from that situation kind of rubbed off on the guy who could sing. So I don't think he ever did anything. But I mean, they had huge hits. Uh, you could hardly turn on the radio in the late 80s and not hear Girl, I Know It's True. YKB, if you're still there. But you know, the Milli Vanilli thing kind of reminds me of something that we was going on in the 60s when groups in the 60s, or individuals for that matter, when they did studio recordings. You probably heard about the group of people called the Wrecking Crew, and they were just professional musicians that could learn to play a song almost instantly, and sometimes they even contributed to the songs. As far as like Carol Kay had a lot to do with adding bass lines to uh, songs that she performed on. And Glenn Campbell was a studio musician and part of the Wrecking Crew. But they were so good at what they did, they could go in and learn and play the music in almost no time. Whereas the band that was actually performing it, they were good, but they weren't necessarily good enough to lay down the tracks in the studio fast enough. So, oh, don't worry about it. You probably a country, you like country music. You wouldn't have heard of them. Uh, but the Wrecking Crew, they were on just about anything you heard in the top 100 had one or more members of the Wrecking Crew on it. Just about in the 60s and early 70s. Some producers would not go into the recording studio unless the Wrecking Crew was available. Yeah, and that's the good thing about here. Different people have different musical taste, and we learn from one another. Yeah, me too. Uh, my family listened to country music all the time, and I've greatly preferred pop and rock. It's like Charlie Pride getting that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I thought that was great. He had some really good music in the 70s. And that was, to me back then, I thought that was, and I still think it is the best time because you could listen to top 40 radio and you would hear, you'd hear blues, you'd hear country, you'd hear rock, you'd hear just popular music, uh, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, 1999, July  21st, 1999 is when Charlie got the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was a good baseball player too, so I've heard. I never watched him play. And he seemed to be a pretty nice guy. I remember hearing about how people who were already in country music stood up for him to get his music played because he was coming about in a time when let's just say people were not as open minded, and Farron Young said, "Okay, don't play his stuff. You're not playing my stuff either." And Farron Young, he was huge in country music back in that day. I remember first hearing the story. Carole King, she was writing songs for other people, and the people in the music business was telling her that she could sing, but she didn't sing well enough to do her own material. And finally, somebody let her know, yeah, you really can sing. You need to sing your own songs that you've written. Oh, you're going with him to change tires out on the interstate and get replacement for car and truck tires. Okay. Well, tires aren't cheap. Good luck. But finally, Carole King listened to the people that told her she could sing, and she released Tapestry, and it was huge. And the world found out that she could not only write, but she could sing also. And I'm pretty sure she played piano on her own songs. I remember her seeing her perform and play piano. If they faked it, they did a good job. Uh, Going back to what you said about uh, Nashville, there's been so many people move to Nashville from other parts of the country. You can, there's a lot of different music you can do in Nashville, and it's not overly conservative. Oh, so you're doing, I hope you're doing home delivery and not having to do it by the side of the road. Uh, there's a chance, but uh, it's kind of a double edged sword. If you go to Nashville, there's a lot of the music business going on there, and but the thing is there's a lot of competition there. You'll hear some very good singers at little or nothing clubs. Oh no, I hate to hear you got to do it on the side of the road. You be careful. I I don't know this for a fact, but it seems like I've heard several different types of music, artists that have said that they record in Nashville. Rick, how you doing? Rick, I haven't seen you go live in a while. Am I not getting notifications, or have you just been keeping a low profile? Because we all know how a certain platform is with notifications. Well, uh-oh. Well, you don't let me make you late. I appreciate you being in chat, but I don't want to make you late. Rick, what's going on with the surgeon? I this is the first time I remember hearing anything about this. Ah, okay. So it's I got you. I've gotten to the point now. If I don't see a notification, uh, I will go to the live tab and I'll scroll down, and whenever I got time to watch people, and I didn't remember seeing you in quite a while. And usually I stumble across your live streams every day or two. Oh no, Rick. Well, buddy, we'll put you on the prayer list. Let me type that up right now. All right, buddy, we got you. If you don't already know, Rick, I do a weekly prayer list. And then all I ask is for people out there, depending on your point of view or belief system, on Friday, just say a quick prayer for everybody on the list, meditate on the list, send positive energy, whatever your belief system is. Okay, buddy. Like I said, I just don't want to make you late. Uh, RCR Racing, another place that's known for music is Austin, Texas. Uh, they have a major music scene there, but so many people have moved from California to Austin, it's pretty well woke. Yeah, I like keeping a laid back uh, vibe to the place. I appreciate everybody coming in. I wish everybody was here at once, but I don't want anybody stressing out to make it to the live stream. Yeah, there's some of the bigger cities in Texas. After they messed up California and Seattle and all those places on the West Coast, they had to get away from what they created, and now they've moved to Texas and Florida, and they're trying to repeat their mistakes. I don't understand it. The the disconnect between if I do this, this will be the result just amazes me. Ah, gotcha. So sometimes you're living in Texas and sometimes North Carolina. I guess if you're in North Carolina, you're going to be close to Charlotte. John P, how you doing, John? Yeah, that's right, Rick. You can't. Uh, and it's an old saying, but it's a true saying. When your only tool is a hammer, most of the time, everything looks like a nail. And showing people examples of look at this country, look what happened. Look at this country, look what happened. Uh, for some reason, they just can't make that connection. People who say that could never happen here, they don't have a clue about what this world's about. In younger days, they called it sticking your head in the sand and just ignoring everything going on around you. A few people didn't like that statement. Yeah, 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 that's true. Roger Blair. You can't fix stupid, that's for sure. But I know one thing I can fix. You guys hold down the fort. I'm going to go fix this empty cup and put some coffee in it. Oh, yes. The coffee cup's much happier with coffee in it. That's true. That is true. There's some people that look out for one another, and there's some people that look out to see what they can get over on somebody. I'm just thankful that the ones that look out for one another greatly outnumber the bad guys. Yeah, the wheel on the bus go round and round. Yeah. I remember hearing it. I don't remember hearing it as a child. I remember hearing my younger siblings watching it on TV or something, but I don't remember it when I was a kid. I might ought to look that up and see when that song come out. I might be older than the song. Yep. Uh, that song was not okay. Let's see what this says right here. The Wheels on the Bus is from December 37. Wow. But it was up in Boston. And apparently it's been added on to over the years, which kind of makes sense because buses change over the decades. Hey, man, in 2002, I can't even talk. It's so funny. In 2002, a Madonna impersonator released a single that sampled the nursery rhyme, and it became popular. Oh, gosh. Uh, that's just too funny. See what I mean? We get on the subject and we learn crazy stuff. Uh, hey, Nikki, how are you, girl? Our island girl has made it into the chat. Oh, that's just too funny. A Madonna impersonator helped the song get more popular. No, I can't say that I know what it means. Uh, Nikki, seriously, you don't know how much I appreciate you showing us around the island in your videos. You know, Nikki, I don't even know what kind of work you do. Nikki is a international island girl. She's from one country, living in another country on an island. I just call it the way I see it, Nikki. That's all. And when I saw that early 1960s photo of the people in the disco with the huge headphones and the huge transistor radio. Oh, que bueno. Uh, when I saw that picture, the first thing I thought of was Nikki at her party with all the Bluetooth headphones. But it was funny seeing the old, and this was in Europe. So apparently Europe's been doing this for a long time, Nikki. Uh, for those of you who don't know, Nikki was uh, at a get together, and everybody had on headphones, and they had like different DJs, and you could listen to whichever DJ you wanted. I thought that was just a neat, you know, just a neat situation. Everybody was dancing, and you didn't hear anything. And then I ran across that photo of the early '60s. People was doing almost the same thing. Yeah, it was. I thought it was neat. I was thinking, wow, everybody should be doing this, or at least try. And I found out that they've been trying it for decades. See that? that's the fun of doing this music channel. We, you know, you never know what you're going to learn. Uh, when I found out that Fats Domino did not do the original Blueberry Hill, that blew my mind. I mean, that blew my mind. Yeah. And now, I mean, you can do it with just uh, earbuds. Nope, can't say. Oh, you mean the one that played at the theaters? Let's all go down to the lobby. Yeah, I remember that in theaters. And you know, life out there has enough drama and enough things you got to do that's not so much fun. But you know, I like for people to be able to relax on my channels and have a little fun. Forget about all that junk going on out there. Not forget about it permanently, just forget about it for a little while. Uh, boy, you that's a can of worms. The Let's go down to the lobby. At one time, they were doing subliminal advertising, and they would put in stuff like just one or two frames, and they did this in some movies too. Uh, they would put in just one or two frames of like a juicy burger or a ice cold drink, and they found out that even though people didn't realize it was being played, the subconscious picked up on it, and they would go down and buy more stuff. So they had to make it more obvious. Uh, Government got involved and had put a stop to it. But if you go looking at just look up sometimes subliminal advertising, and it is scary how well it works. Most of the alcohol advertisements back in the day, they would have some type of let me get. I got to be careful how I say this. They would have some kind of adult relations overtone to them. They would have like a reflection in a glass of something, you know. It was crazy. Oh, let me tell you, absolutely. We will pray that you don't end up like a pancake. You be careful out there. We want you to get home safely. And you know, your friend should thank you for doing this. We'll catch you another day, I'm sure. And Nikki, everybody over in Europe, uh, all the people that came here for the soccer slash football World Cup, World Series, whatever you guys call that, and everybody was talking about how friendly Americans are and how strangers will tell each other hello, and they're not used to that in their home country. You guys can change it. Set an example. Smile at somebody. Ease into it. And you can have fun with smiling at somebody or walking around with a smile on your face. Good people will catch the smile and they'll start smiling. And anybody else, they'll wonder what you're up to. Either way, you have fun. Oh, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming in to chat. And Nikki, you tell those kids that the little old mountain man from North Carolina says hola. Mike. What's up, Mike? I had some stuff I had to do it when I started the live, and I think YKB left. You let them know that there's a big world and some people are friendly. Maybe not everybody, but some people. All right, buddy. Like I said, you be careful out there. And then you got crazy people like Mike. He's the good kind of crazy. It's like I tell people, who wants to be normal? Normal is average. Nobody should want to be average. Roger. Oh, Mike, how'd it go with your niece? Has she got her stereo system in the car up to par now? And Nikki, since since you are several hours ahead of me, you, you could you could have this morning, one of the morning live streams on, and tell the kids this is not the proper pronunciation. Don't sound like this guy. Uh, Sometimes learning what not to sound like. Yeah. Yep. Nikki's 5 hours ahead of us, I think. Pretty sure it's 5 hours. Nikki, it's 8:06 in the morning here. So I think it's 1:06 there. Nikki is ahead of our time. So, Mike, is she totally done? Oh my goodness. Northwoods, what's up, buddy? Uh, yeah, contractions are fun for other people. Oh, I'm sure I mispronounced some words. Like I say, I'm the perfect example of don't talk like this guy. If you ever travel to the mountains of North Carolina, this is what you'll hear. Oh, geez, Northwoods. Is it 2 weeks on third and then never again, or is it 2 weeks on third and then a reprieve? You know, it's funny. People from the UK do seem to like a Southern accent. I'm not sure why, but oh, Nikki, you'll get a kick out of this. I went to visit friends up in the Boston area, and while I was up there, I went to the Salem Witch Museum, and I walked into the information center there, and I was looking around, and there was this lady behind the information counter, and she was just blase, nonchalant, watching everybody, and some people come up and ask her a question. She answered them everything. I walked up to her and asked her a question, and she popped up and come over to the counter and said, "You're not from around here." She was British, and she was extremely interested. I just don't do long distance relationships. Oh yeah, it was cool. I mean, uh, the whole area there is amazing. Oh geez, Northwoods permanent. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Northwoods. I hope they're paying you more money than you know what to do with. The worst thing about third shift for me is I cannot sleep past noon. It was a rush to get home and get to bed and get 3.5 hours sleep. Yeah, Nikki, I've got that T-shirt and everything. Oh yes, she was. I'm serious, Nikki. I mean, if I'd have lived in the area, we would have at least gone out on one date. I told her to come visit North Carolina. Everybody talks like, well, everybody sounds similar to me. They don't sound exactly like me. And oh, I was about to say, and she was nice looking and everything. Seemed to be a nice lady. But that made me think, Nikki, uh, those on that post you did of old photos and everything, there was a couple of photos you did look a little bit like Janis Joplin, just a little. I was uh, I was just trying to find some place to leave you that message about the headphones and everything. Sharon, how you doing, young lady? How goes the quilt? How many squares do you have left? And everybody over on Rumble, hello. Haven't forgotten about you guys. Rumble people seem to be a little quieter. Huh, I believe it. I totally believe it. Uh, Janice had a rougher look than what you have, though, Nikki. She 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 put too much alcohol in herself. Cool. Sharon, you know I'm going to be disappointed if you don't send me a photo when you're done, or as you progress. I'll leave it up to you. Rumble is a format like YouTube, but you don't have to worry about which words you use on Rumble like you have to worry about on YouTube. You don't have to say pew pew. You can say exactly what it is. It's rumble.com and it's no, Nikki, I did not know. I will have to look that up. Well, Sharon, when you get a chance, I don't want you stressing about it, but you know, I think your work should be shared. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Nikki, I'll have to give them a listen. It is getting more and more difficult for me to go to different channels because there's so many. Uh, but I try to spend time on as many as I can. Yeah, Sharon, I remember you mentioning that. We put them on the prayer list. Uh, we're, we're glad you're okay. Northwoods, uh, good luck, buddy. Uh, that's all I can say. Get you some blackout curtains, and if it helps, play one of my relaxing videos. You know, the river or the you know waterfall, whatever makes you go to sleep. I got family members. They play the one floating down the Dan River, and they say it puts them to sleep in 5 minutes. No, Sharon, you're just busy. You're taking care of those grandbabies, spoiling them. That's more important. Like I said, don't stress. I want people relaxed around here. YKB. Earlier, I was doing some stuff to get Rumble up and going. I wasn't ignoring you, just to let you know. It was at sun up here. It was 70 degrees, and which is about 18 C, no 21 C, and 99% humidity. That doesn't matter, you know. Even recorded on a phone, you can. Well, don't do that then, Northwoods. I've got some with the birds singing and the chimes blowing. Uh, but don't worry about it being recorded on a phone. I mean, I can still hear enough to tell whether or not I like it. Now, I enjoy all kinds of music. Uh, of course, I have a certain lane or two that I like to stay in. Yeah, some of our states are having some serious smoke problems from the Canadian fires. And then people down in Florida are having to deal with the sand being blown over from Africa. So the southern states are getting sandy air from Africa, and the northern states are getting smoke from Canada. All right, I like the title. Yeah, at least when it rains, it washes the stuff out of the air, but it usually washes it onto your car. I like a couple of songs by 10,000 Maniacs. Uh, Nikki, either email me a link or leave me a message on one of my posts or something. You know. Oh, geez. Yeah, because it would have to fly over you on its way to Florida. Burton, how you doing? Welcome. Uh, Nikki, I haven't seen Ron come into my chat lately. Have you seen him at Gavin's or any place else around the web? Oh, okay. So you get the you're at the beginning of some of our tropical storms. Okay, as long as he's okay. Main thing is he's okay. See, I try to. I might not remember everybody, but I remember most people that come to chat, especially if they come more than once. And I really do appreciate you guys coming in to chat. I just try to make sure everybody has a good time as best I can. I appreciate everybody tolerating the little old mountain man. Yeah, they usually start right off the coast of Africa, though. That's where they first start coming together. Yeah, but you've got some great scenery there. That's for sure. To get scenery like that here, we would have to go to probably Hawaii here in the states. I know a friend of mine told me that he was hiking in Hawaii and he started getting a little warm. And oh, thank you, Burton. I appreciate that. See, that makes my year. Just one person learning something that about a group they didn't know before. That's the whole reason for this. I am a happy camper. But he was back to hiking in Hawaii. He was hiking along and he was getting warmer and warmer. And then he looked down. The volcano he was hiking on had not cooled down enough yet. His boots were starting to melt. So he had to get off that particular slope really quick. And see, Nikki, I don't know that I would have even known about that island had it not been for you, let alone I know I'll never get to visit it. Although I should check my lottery ticket from last night. You guys in other parts of the world, if I win the lottery, look out, here I come. We're going to have a coffee and laugh. I mean, laugh. We're going to be doing some serious laughing. Oh, that would be great. As long as your chauffeur is okay with it, I'm okay with it. I'd like to meet your chauffeur anyway. It's like Chris that comes to Moggs and Stevie B's channel. He travels around just to do bird watching. I mean, I wouldn't be traveling around just to see birds, but I enjoy seeing other topography and meeting other cultures. Uh, thank goodness for cough buttons, so to speak. We had a storm moving through yesterday. It skirted around, uh, didn't hit right on top of us, and I stepped out on the back porch to look and see where the storm was going and how bad it was. And there was somebody, I don't know, uh, half a mile away or something, target practice. And there was a little bunny in the driveway or next to the driveway. And it was not moving a bit. So I'm going to check that video out and probably post it today on the Nature Channel. I think we're getting some rain. Well, that was quick. It's been a little odd lately. We would get rain, and usually the least little bit of rain, you could tell the difference in the rivers and whatnot. But we got some pretty good rain lately, and the rivers don't seem to change. Not a fan of that. Hey, Dolly, how on earth are you doing in your recovery? Okay, thanks. That's great. Well, Nikki, I somehow or other until today, your being a musician just kind of eluded me. So I'm glad you fessed up to that today. Well, Dolly, I got out of bed under my own power, so that's a pretty good day. You know, when you get to be my age, just getting out of bed under your own power is a good day. Well, that was a nice little quick shower that just passed through. Oh, speaking of post, I don't think I have one scheduled for tomorrow. I need to get one for tomorrow. I try to post something about music every Wednesday afternoon. And let's see here. Speaking thereof, on this day in '99, Charlie Pride got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. On this day, 1989, UHF, starring Weird Al Yankovic, opened. In 1979, this day, Robert Palmer released Bad Case of Lovin' You. 73, Jim Croce released or became number one, Bad Bad Leroy Brown. In 71, Carole King, It's Too Late, hit number one. In 1970, The Carpenters, Close to You, hit number one. And this day, 1969, the Beatles record John Lennon's Come Together at Abbey Roads. And this day in 1958, the Coasters, Yakety Yak, hits number one. I like that one. That's my favorite for today. Treezilla's wrinkling his forehead, so the breeze is kicking up. And he's starting to look like he's chewing gum or something. That's a giveaway that the breezes are picking up. Nikki, you take care. I appreciate you coming by today, and I'm going to be checking out the music. You bet. Yeah, they'll be nice to one another or they'll go invisible. Their choice. I try my best to avoid drama here. Like I said, there's enough drama out in the world. You don't need more here. Hasta luego. or as some of my friends who actually can speak Spanish would say, hasta lumbago, just to be funny. Michelle, hello. Michelle, thank you for coming in. Michelle, I thought you were in Puerto Rico. Oh, I tell you, I was lucky enough to visit El Moro once before, and I really like that fort, and the water there is beautiful. I wish I'd had time to go snorkeling there. That would have been fun. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll be able to get down there and hike in the rainforest. Now I'm thinking about old San Juan and that part of the island. We're in the same time zone. It's 8:45 in the morning here, but we've got people all around the world, so it's daytime, lunchtime in places, and nighttime in others. Geez, quarter till 9 already. Time flies. Michelle, do you tell what kind of work you do? I have tons of questions. What part of the island? What kind of work? Look like some dark clouds moving in here. And that little spurt of rain, I might be able to burn some brush. Did I succeed in putting everybody back to sleep? Just a heads up, 5 minute warning. I certainly want to thank everybody over on the Rumble side. Had 15 fantastic people come in and watch the show this morning, listen to nature, and just general music chat. Want to thank Michelle, Dolly, Nikki, WTF Mike, Roger Blair, YKB. Uh, let's see here. Who else come in this morning? Sharon, thank you, dear. You know you're greatly appreciated, and we're praying for your neighbors. I hope they get recovered quickly. Northwood's probably asleep, but thank you for coming in. RCR Racing, be safe out there on the road. I really do appreciate every one of you. You make the morning so much more enjoyable with my coffee. If you liked relaxing with us this morning, leave us a thumbs up. Comments, I really enjoy comments. I do my best to get back to you in less than a day if you comment. I hope everyone gets the day that you deserve, and only kind words come your way.